Welcome, Soul Visionaries and potential Soul Visionaries. I'm your host, Sherrod Cohen, and you are now rocking with the Soul Vision Powercast. You know that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about that shit you might have heard or even saw. Today, we're going to talk about the 9 types of intelligence. And you know how we do. We're gonna talk about it, we're going to kick it, and then hopefully, we all get something out of it. Let's kick it. We're going to begin by talking about the theory of multiple intelligences. Harvard professor Howard Gardner introduced the world to his theory of multiple intelligences in his 1983 book, Frames of Mind. Simply put, the idea is that one's intellectual intelligence, or IQ, doesn't tell the complete story about someone's full range of potential. People score high on tests, but really don't do good in life. I mean, a test doesn't mean you're smart. Just because you passed it or aced it, and just because you failed it doesn't mean you're dumb. Therefore, Gardner proposed 8 types of intelligence to more accurately measure a broader range of human strengths and abilities. Gardner's types of intelligence are in line with what most of us have been brought up to believe, that we're all special because we all have different strengths and interests. Now, we're going to take a look at the original 7 and plus the 2 that he's added on over the years. And then we're going to talk about the definitions and characteristics of each type of intelligence. And then we're going to help you find out which ones you have, which ones are your strengths. And, we're going to go from there. Now, number 1, visual spatial intelligence. Visual spatial intelligence has to do with how well someone is at maneuvering through space and visualizing things. People with high visual spatial intelligence tend to excel at identifying patterns and interpreting charts and graphs. If you're usually the navigator and map reader of your squad, you just might have high visual spatial intelligence. Questions. Are you good at reading maps? Do you barely get lost? Can you visualize objects moving and changing through space? Do you have a good sense of direction? These could all be signs of you having high visual spatial intelligence. Number 2, linguistic verbal intelligence. Linguistic verbal intelligence is all about words. We're talking about great readers, writers, and speakers. Generally, if someone can tell a good story and memorize words quickly, they have high linguistic verbal intelligence. Questions. Are you a good reader? Do you enjoy playing around with language and wording? Are you good at memorizing things? Can you explain yourself easily to others? Are you a good communicator? If you answered yes to most of these questions, you probably have high linguistic verbal intelligence. They say the making of a good communicator is somebody that can talk to anyone on their level, at their level. A lot of times we think that just because a person speaks those huge words, that means that they're very intelligent and that makes them a good communicator. Well, they could be very highly intelligent, but that does not make them an effective communicator. Being an effective communicator is one that can speak to anyone on their level. Now, number 3, logical mathematical intelligence. Logical mathematical intelligence is all about logical problem solving and number sense. People with high logical mathematical intelligence would obviously be great at solving math problems and be strong conceptual thinkers. Think of scientists and mathematicians. Now, the questions are you good at math? Do you excel at logical problem solving? If you're given a brain teaser, are you usually able to figure it out? If you say yes to these questions, you're probably doing well with your logical mathematical intelligence. Number 4, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence is how well people can move through space. If you have high bodily kinesthetic intelligence, you have excellent control of your body and superb body awareness, meaning you know what your body is doing at any given time. People with this intelligence might excel at sports and dance and have a good hand-eye coordination. Questions. Do you enjoy dance or sports? Do you have good body awareness? Meaning, are you able to move your body in the way your brain wants? Do you have good hand-eye coordination? Are you good at balancing and moving through space? You're probably scoring high in your bodily kinesthetic intelligence if you say yes to these questions. And you know that, and when we're talking about bodily kinesthetic intelligence, yeah, your brain may want your body to do something, but your body may not be in shape to do it. That's why it's always imperative to keep your body moving, keep up with your mobility, your flexibility. You want to keep your body is a well-oiled machine. You have to keep it in shape. Number 5, musical intelligence. Can you clap to the beat and sing in tune? You might have a decent musical intelligence. People with above average musical intelligence can recognize tones and hear patterns in songs. Obviously, they would be drawn to music, both listening and creating. Now, questions. Can you find the rhythm when a song is playing? Are you able to match the pitch of a musical note? Do you enjoy listening to or playing music? Would your friends describe you as musical? People who say yes to these questions tend to have high musical intelligence. Now, everybody would talk crap about R. Kelly, say he's dumb, he can't read, and this and that and the other. But the dude had probably one of the highest musical IQs out there. You might as well call him, let's throw away his legal issues or whatever. Let's talk about his musical genius. The dude was a musical genius. Now, number 6. Interpersonal intelligence. Interpersonal intelligence is, not surprisingly, about interpersonal or social skills. If someone is empathetic and good at understanding other people's intentions and emotions, they probably have high interpersonal intelligence. People with this intelligence excel at group work and keeping the peace in organizations. They're excellent communicators and sensitive to other people's needs. They are also able to see other people's perspectives. That's called empathetic listening. When you have empathetic listening, that means you're not taking your experiences and telling people how to solve them from where you sit, but you're trying to walk a mile in that person's shoes and understand it from how they're sitting. That's empathetic. And then you have active listening, in which you can repeat back the question and tell them what it is, like kind of ask them their question back, in your own words so you can get a clearer understanding. Now, the questions are you the peacemaker of your group? Would you describe yourself as empathetic? Are you able to figure out what people's body language means? Do you tend to know what people are thinking or feeling without having to ask? Are you good with other people's emotions? If you say yes to these questions, you probably have high interpersonal intelligence. Number 7, intrapersonal intelligence. This is self-awareness. Intrapersonal intelligence is all about how well someone is at reflecting on and being aware of their own mental and emotional state at any given time. These are the philosophers and the daydreamers. Now, in The Power of Now, the book by Eckhart Tolle, you become the watcher, you become the observer of yourself and your emotions. It's okay to display all these emotions, but now as the watcher, you get to see these emotions take place and you get to control them before you react negatively. Questions. Do you spend time daydreaming? Would people describe you as reflective? Do you know what you're feeling when you're feeling it? Have people described you as being self-aware? If you say yes to these questions, you probably have high intrapersonal intelligence. Naturalistic intelligence. After publishing Frames of Mind, Gardner discussed other types of intelligence that fit into his theory of multiple intelligences. Other scholars have added others, but Gardner only agreed to this and the next type. People with high naturalistic intelligence are nature lovers. They are sensitive to slight changes in their environment and gravitate to exploring nature and examining flora and fauna. Questions. Do you enjoy spending time in nature? Do you have an interest in wild plants and animals? Do you notice subtle changes in the environment? Does being in nature make you feel better? People who answer yes to these questions tend to have high naturalistic intelligence. Number 9, pedagogical intelligence. These are the effortless teachers. People who can instruct, facilitate, and convey information to others. Oh, my bad. People who can instruct, facilitate, and convey. Number 9, pedagogical intelligence. These are the effortless teachers. People who can instruct, facilitate, and convey information to others have pedagogical intelligence. It's one thing to understand a topic, but it's a very difficult skill set to be able to help other people understand that same topic. You got a lot of people that know how to do a thing, but when it comes to teaching other folks, they really can't teach you. They can show you, but they can't really teach you how to do it. And then they do it. They're so good at doing it, they skip the steps because they know how to do it. They don't know how to do it and teach it in detail. Do you enjoy teaching people? Are you good at conveying information to others? Good teachers probably have high pedagogical intelligence. Now, there are criticisms of the theory of multiple intelligences. Some have criticized the theory of multiple intelligences are nothing more than a list of skills and abilities. Perhaps talents would have been a better way for Gardner to describe his list than types of intelligence, because it describes what people are drawn to and excel in easily. This talent in no way dictates what people should be doing for a living. Instead, thinking you are strong in one intelligence may limit the effort you put into other areas. Now, Carol Dweck's growth mindset theory in her book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, states that when we look at skills and abilities as changeable through hard work and practice, we're able to change these abilities. This is called a growth mindset. However, when we think that our skills and abilities are innate, it is less likely that we can improve. Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences runs the risk of tricking us into thinking our skills and abilities are inborn and that effort and dedication won't have much of an impact, which is untrue. Now, everybody knows that, doing something consistently over and over and over and over again, helps you to build muscle memory, helps you to understand what it is you're doing better. It helps you to just know what it is you're doing. So when you do something repetitively, you become better at it. Some people are naturally athletic. Some people are, just naturally smart. Some people have to work harder, but that does not mean that the two can't interchange and say, you know what? Yeah, I know I may not look athletic, but there are a lot of athletes out there that really don't look athletic, but excel in sports and other athletic ventures. And there are a lot of people out there that may have to try harder to excel at a subject, but they do so because they actually put the time in and they have the patience to learn. Now, the theory of multiple intelligences should be approached more like Neil Fleming's theory of learning styles. Fleming proposed that people have different styles of learning or ways that they are better able to learn: reading, writing, kinesthetic, oral, and visual. The problem with the theory of learning styles and with types of intelligence is that there's not much empirical evidence to show that your learning style or type of intelligence impacts how you learn. In short, just because I'm drawn to nature and good at building campfires, it doesn't mean that's how I learn best. Think talent more than intelligence, and I think you'll be better able to appreciate Gardner's theory for what it is. And we have the last but not least, well, coming up on the end of the article, it says, maybe no one is special. Let's go back to the ideal that everyone is special. Something I think Gardner was advocating way back in the 80s. Sure, one way to look at it is that we all have skills, abilities, and strengths that set us apart from other people. This can be a great thing to explore when you're trying to find your place in the world or choose your career. However, too much navel-gazing and selfish thinking can be destructive, which brings me to my second interpretation of the everyone is special movement. What if no one is special? And in this day and time, I swear people don't want equality. You know, everybody, you got all these different types of groups yelling out, I want equality, I want equality, when in fact they just want special treatment. Now, this man, let me see. In his book, Play Your Way, saying 120 improv inspired exercises to help you calm down, stop spiraling, and embrace uncertainty. They took a whole chapter about the advantages of not thinking that you're special. It's called Your Mom Was Wrong and You Aren't Special, and it's filled with exercises and games that help people look for what's special in other people instead of in themselves. This shift in focus from internal to external can make you less anxious and more connected to other people. Now, the final thoughts of this article is, when you're done thinking about which types of intelligence you're better at, take more time to think about what other people are good at as well. Because when we use theories like multiple intelligences and learning styles to help other people look good, it makes all of us and society in general look a whole lot better. And I mean, this is a good article. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it because, for one, you learn that there are, I believe there are different types of intelligences or interests or whatever. I mean, but I believe that anybody can learn anything when they put effort to it. Sometimes I believe that whenever a person is interested in something, they can learn a thing. You know what I mean? When a person is truly interested in anything, they can learn it and they can excel at it. I don't think there's anybody, the only people that are, you would call dumb is a person that doesn't try. You know what I mean? So if you don't try, then that's probably one of the dumbest things in the world, because, it's like, why can't I do X, Y, and Z? Well, are you actually trying to master or to become better at something? If you're not trying to become better at something or like pass a class or whatever, if you're not trying, how do you expect to achieve the goal you set out for yourself? So you have to put some effort into it, and you have to put efficient effort. And it not only just efficient, but it has to be consistent. So yeah, we have 9 types of intelligence that Gardner created. But at the same time, I do think, you can become intelligent at those things. I believe, to me, they are skill sets, they are talents. And any and everybody can learn any one of them if they put their mind to it. Well, that's going to end. I'm going to take this article and I'm going to put this article, the link of it, in the description. And, hey, give me a comment. I love to just put out just information on different things that I see on the internet and like to spark a conversation, because I truly believe, that, with good communication and things of that nature, instead of us always speaking on our differences, in a negative way, we can come together based on that and accept each other's differences and just open up the dialogue and just have good open communication. You know what I mean? So that's why I put out just different types of articles and just try to stay away so much from just the everyday things trending on the internet, and just try to find articles to actually educate folks on different things. So I appreciate you guys for coming out again, watching the video. If you liked it, give me a like. If you're not a soul visionary, hit that subscribe button. And if you think somebody would truly benefit from this video today, hey man, share it. Peace.